I'm not ready to go yet, okay? I'm not ready. You gotta wait. I got shit to do. I'm in the middle of something, all right? Just hold on.
Watch your mouth or don't come in here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, people, come on, we're adults here. You know what? What is the point?
Yeah, we're adults here. I got a fucking Burger King fucking thing on my head. We're all fucking adults here, guys. People in my chat, 2 words. What are they? 2 words. Let me see the chat flood. Let me see the chat flood. 2 words. Okay, next caller. Please. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, which translate in American to dick and balls.
I got flip-flops. These are my flip-flops. Yeah, I really like my flip-flops because I can put them on. Because look, watch me put them on. I can put them on all by myself. Watch me put them on. Look, are you watching? Look, these are my flip-flops.
Thanksgiving Day. I remember it clearly. It was Thanksgiving Day. I was inserting myself in somebody else's fucking business as a cash grab, and you know.
This channel is harsh reality.
Karen Yak se jodió la sucia vida. Amen.
This is Jonathan Lee Riches. I have cheeseburgers. I'm gonna put cheese on them. I'm gonna make sure that I have my hamburgers because I'm a big boy now and I can make the hamburgers. My mom lets me use the stove now.
And I'm just like, wow, I like receipts, and they brought receipts. Like they had evidence to back up everything they said. And I'm like, okay, well, there's got to be another side to this, right? Like this can't. No, this is too fantastic.
Yeah, because you're not going to just jump to the conclusion that there's a conspiracy amongst cops to cover up a murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, cops and just like soccer moms and shit. Like that's what made it even crazier. Like,
yeah, get it, Betty. Yeah,
did you have a close relationship with your mom?
Get it, Betty.
Oh, of course, I still do.
Yeah.
My older sister was kind of sad. She was more of the prissy girl, like going
that is
and
the best shit fucking
shopping for the dresses with mommy. I was the tomboy that liked playing with the people.
Shout out to Cherry for just being easily the most faithful and loyal supporter that I've ever had. That someone could have that tenacity with loyalty. And I'm really blessed to have someone like Cherry be part of this channel and in my life. So it means a lot. And yes, I named him after Mr. T and Rocky. Say, woman. Say, woman. Say, woman. Since your old man ain't got no heart, why don't you come down to my apartment tonight and I'll show you a real man. Oh my God, I'm so in love with this little dude. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I love you guys very, 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 very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends. Oh, say bye. Say bye. Oh, I love you too. Give me a kiss. Oh, I love you. Bye, guys. Good evening, people. Oh my goodness. Y'all see I got my my Boston drip going on. Because today, people, I mean, I have been dubbed an honorary Bostonian by you guys. And it is an absolute honor. Absolutely 100%. Yes. And I wear this with pride, but today it's so much sweeter. Oh my god. Quack quack, bitches. Quack quack. Listen, people. What we're gonna do now, I wasn't even look who's back, people. Yes, people, you got to give it up for here. And we are so happy to have you. Yeah, I get the feeling this is going to be a fun one, folks, because I have not read this article yet. Okay, not read this article just yet. All right, but I did listen to Howie Carr, sort of in the background, and I did listen to Howie Carr sort of in the background, and I got an idea of some of the stuff, and I'm jumping from one thing to the other because yeah. But the Boston trip, I can't talk about it without saying a big thank you to Suzanne Cleveland. This was a gift, this shirt that I'm swimming in today, because normally my shirts are a little bit smaller, and I'm swimming in this one today. But I wanted to, man. I wanted to go swimming today in Harvard. Okay. I wanted to go swimming today because it was really kind of her to do that, and I just never wore it because it's a little bit bigger than I normally wear my shirts. But it feels good today. You know what I mean? It feels good, so I'm wearing it. Yes. Apparently Suzanne did not get the memo that Baby Gap is the only place where you can buy my clothes. But it's okay. It's okay. I still love it, Suzanne Cleveland. Thank you so much. And she also got me this thing, it was very, very cool, man. It's very cool. So I'm not even gonna introduce this, other than it's the third set of BEDEROW letters to Michael Morrissey's office to Ken Bello and Cosgrove. And I'm gonna just real quick here. Before I do that, I'm gonna read an article. Haven't read it yet, but I'm gonna read an article in regards to these letters, because now BEDEROW is getting some attention. And this is from the Boston Herald. Okay. Turtle Boy lawyer says Norfolk DA prosecutors are lying, withholding evidence. Now, I know this is going to spoil things for me because I'm going to read the letters, but and before I continue, guys, make sure afterwards, in case I forget, because I'm trying to jump out of here and stuff, and then I end up ending this and going, oh God, why didn't I say anything? I forgot to say something. Melanie Little is scheduled at 9 p.m. tonight, directly after this stream. So make sure to go over there and check her out. And I may or may not be joining her. Yeah, just keep your ear to the grindstone. Okay. Retainer. All right. Attorneys for blogger Aiden Turtle Boy Carney say that special prosecutors assigned to his case, accusing him of pro-Karen Reed witness intimidation, are lying about not having evidence from his cell phones. For approximately 1 year, the Commonwealth has claimed or implied that Mr. Carney's cellular phones have not been searched. Attorney Mark BEDEROW wrote in a Thursday filing. These representations are patently false. Carney, 42, faces 8 felony counts of witness intimidation and 8 misdemeanor counts. 5 of picketing witnesses. I still can't get over. I can't get over saying picketing witnesses out loud. Like those words, picketing witnesses as a crime. It's amazing to me. And 3 of conspiracy, quote unquote, related to the Reed murder case. Carney has covered the case from trial from a pro-Reed perspective on his blog, Turtle Boy Daily News, as well as an assortment of social media accounts under the Turtle Boy brand. BEDEROW says that Detective Lieutenant Brian Tully of the Massachusetts State Police Detective Bureau, stationed at the Norfolk Attorney's Office, extracted information from at least one of the cell phones last October. Yeah, it's been over a year, people. And that Carney's defense team recently came into possession of several pages of the extraction report. It is outrageous that the defense obtained evidence in your actual possession related to alleged intimidation of named witnesses in the indictments against Mr. Carney from a third party rather than from the Commonwealth, who was obligated to disclose this evidence to the defense several months ago, but instead has repeatedly denied its existence, BEDEROW wrote in a complaint. Now, I love this. People, before I continue, I just got to tell you guys real quick how much I love Mark BEDEROW. I do. I love Mark BEDEROW. Like, it might get weird the next time I see the guy. You know what I mean? It might get weird. That's all I'm saying. It might get awkward because I'm going to be sitting there going, dude. I'm not ashamed. I am not above fanboying, dude. Like, I am officially a BEDEROW fanboy. Like, I'm not even trying to lie. The reason why I'm bringing this up and disclosing this side of myself is because the manner in which BEDEROW has done this is the dopest shit that I've ever seen happen in regards to any case that I have ever covered on YouTube. Okay? That is a fact. Because what he is doing here, he is making headlines. He is making headlines, making the world aware of what's going on with this case by using it in legal filings so it's on the record and addressing them directly to the same corrupt motherfuckers that he's accusing. And that shit is like, people, that's boy shit. That's shit. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I mean, it's fucking beautiful. Amazing. So, BEDEROW says that Tully seized Carney's phones upon his arrest on October 11th, 2023, and that morning the MSP investigators had access to the device. Carney's phones are still in MSP possession, according to the filing. BEDEROW says that Special Prosecutor Kenneth Mello repeated, I can't even say that guy's name without laughing. BEDEROW says that Special Prosecutor Kenneth Mello repeatedly assured both Carney's attorney, Timothy Bradel, and the judge that the devices had not been searched, pending further directions from the Superior Court. Mr. Mello gave the court and defense the clear impression that Mr. Carney's phones had not been searched or imaged for extraction when he knew the exact opposite was true, BEDEROW wrote. It strains credulity that Mr. Mello, he loves to say that. It strains credulity that Mr. Mello, who frequently discussed the investigation with Detective Lieutenant Tully in October of 2023 didn't know on November 28th, 2023 that Detective Tully had in fact searched Mr. Carney's devices and that at least one phone had been previously extracted. The case stresses that whatever Carney did in furtherance of his coverage of the Reed case, including coverage which almost overnight created the worldwide free Karen Reed movement, is completely protected under First Amendment grounds. I'm going to read that one more time. The case stresses that whatever Carney did in furtherance of his coverage of the Reed case, including coverage which almost overnight created the worldwide free Karen Reed movement. Yes, the worldwide free Karen Reed movement, people. The worldwide free Karen Reed movement is completely protected under First Amendment grounds. Further, BEDEROW says he and his team believe that Carney is being prosecuted to stifle his First Amendment rights to report and opine publicly and loudly about alleged corruption and misconduct in the Reed case by the Commonwealth, Massachusetts State Police, and civilians who are now witnesses against him. The Commonwealth's obfuscation has harmed Mr. Carney professionally, and it has prejudiced him as a criminal defendant, BEDEROW wrote. Yeah, of course. I mean, BEDEROW. He is entitled to data on his phones that is necessary for him to continue his journalism, and he has an absolute right to review evidence to which he is legally entitled. Reed, 44 of Mansfield, was indicted June 9th, 2022 on charges of second-degree murder, OUI, manslaughter, leaving the scene of an accident causing the death of John O'Keefe, a Boston police officer, and her boyfriend on January 29th, 2022. The Herald has reached out to the Norfolk DA's office for comment. I get the feeling, Boston Herald, that you probably won't get it. See, this is good news. This is good news because it's becoming a little too. It's weird because, like, as I'm saying this, I'm getting kind of annoyed, but because, and you'll see what I mean when I say it. Because of this, like, now this stuff is becoming too much to ignore. The evidence against the Commonwealth and the evidence against the Massachusetts State Police, the evidence against the McAlberts, it's all becoming way too much to ignore, for the press to ignore. And you see what I mean when I say I get annoyed when I say that, is because you and I have felt this way for months. For fucking months, we've felt this way. That there's too much information to ignore. Now it's like, oh, there's too much information to ignore. Dude, come on. Come on. This is nothing. I mean, what's funny, the only reason that we're celebrating is because Turtle Boy can now prove it. Turtle Boy can now prove it. But he's always been saying this shit. There's no doubt. Like, there's no question about that. It's all on record. It's all, I mean, the internet's forever. This dude has been saying that these are the dirtiest motherfuckers in the world. And the dumbest motherfuckers support him. Now let me get to all right, I'm gonna read Turtle Boy's article now. And this is good because I don't think it's gonna have a bunch of, I mean, it's gonna have some pop-ups, but it's nothing that's real bad. Doesn't seem like. Okay. Yeah, Morrissey is done. And guys, thank you for all the gifted memberships and super chats and such. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna read them all off. I promise you guys. Yeah. I mean, dude, in all fairness, that is the biggest dick move on my I need to just not be lazy and just get you know what I mean, and pay for it. Like it's the least that I can do. Like it's such a dick move that I'm so sorry. But it's this is really, really great news. This is really great news. No, I'm just too stupid to like I'm always like ready to do the next thing when I'm reading Turtle Boy's articles. And like, I mean, what am I gonna fucking subscribe right now on a live? All right, but I'm gonna read it here. And it's weird, like because I've read these things before and not had the pop-ups, but Canton cover up part 423. Michael Morrissey used burner email account to investigate Stoughton court whistleblower, lied about going through Turtle Boy's phone, told judges to orders. Attorney Mark BEDEROW has entered part 3 of BEDEROW letters into the official court docket, and it's the most explosive and damning exposure of corruption thus far. These letters are written to special prosecutors Robert Cosgrove and Ken Mello and will be used as a basis for motions that will be argued in court at upcoming hearing dates. While the first 2 installments detailed damning allegations of a setup to frame Turtle Boy by Kate Peter, the fake victim, Mello, Nicholas Guarino, and Brian Tully that were discovered in the fake victim's phone extraction. The latest letter directly implicates District Attorney Michael Morrissey, which I've been waiting for. It involves Morrissey using a private email account to conduct secretive ex parte communications with judges in my case that Morrissey didn't want me to know about. Provable lies perpetrated on the court, withholding of critical evidence used to try to indict Karen Reed and Turtle Boy, glaring conflictions of interest, surveillance of my children, and state police using extracted messages from my cell phone that they used to fire a whistleblower who broke no laws. Wow. All right, yeah, so I'm just gonna keep yeah, I'm gonna keep with Turtle Boys. We got a while here, guys. So I'm gonna keep with Turtle Boy's article and then I'll read the letters from the article. It began on September 28th, 2023, when Chris Albert walked into Stoughton District Court and attempted to obtain a harassment prevention order against me. 2 days after I stood next to him at a select board meeting holding a sign that said Chris Albert killed the man. Yeah, so just to I can't read that without doing it justice and showing the picture because it's pretty fucking fantastic. Fun stuff. After in his affidavit, Chris Albert alleged that I caused him emotional harm, which made it hard for me to live like a normal person. Oh yeah, all that stuff's there. Notice the quotes from my YouTube show, episode 598, that Chris cited as harassment were the exact quotes used in the charging documents against me when I was charged with felony witness intimidation 13 days later. This was a dry run for the witness intimidation charges, but it ended in defeat when Judge Daniel O'Malley denied Chris an order saying that my speech did not constitute true threats and thus was protected under the First Amendment. Yeah, that's right. I remember that being like, what in the fuck is going on? That was one of the biggest red flags right there. Clearly, Chris had been coached by the state police and the DA's office to emphasize that he felt emotional harm because they had already formulated a plan to exploit that vaguely worded statute in a way in a way in which it could be used to arrest journalists and insulate elected officials like Chris Albert from legitimate criticism from citizens. Wow. Although this was not enough to pass the bar for a harassment prevention order, it was enough to charge me with the much more serious felony witness intimidation. Judge O'Malley also put stay-away orders in place, preventing me from contacting Chris Albert and the others, despite the fact that he had denied such an order on First Amendment grounds just 13 days prior. Since I have sources in every courthouse in the state, and Chris Albert is an extremely recognizable figure, multiple people reached out to me to let me know that he was in the courthouse trying to get an order on September 28th. These hearings are not private, and the affidavits filed with the court are publicly available to anyone who wants them. I made a post announcing that I knew Chris was in the courthouse and I would be writing about it later. I know what you did today. Block coming soon. Chris Albert applied for an order against me today in court and was denied, and his affidavit is the funniest thing I've ever read. Funnier than Jen McCabe's. All this because I peacefully protested at the board select meeting. I mean, yeah. This, I mean, that's how he words it, Cherry. I'm not gonna sit here and explain the history of the inside Turtle Rider joke. After I obtained the publicly available affidavit, I published. Did I already read that? I feel like I already read that. Instead of informing Jennifer McCabe that when you walk into a courthouse and go in front of a judge, you are doing so with the understanding that anything you say can be heard by the masses. Michael Morrissey himself immediately sprang into action in defense of the McAlbert Mafia's feelings. He used his personal email account, iCloud, to contact the following state officials on their government email accounts. Okay? So Michael Morrissey used a holy shit. Okay, so Stacey Fortes, Chief Justice of the Massachusetts District Court, Thomas Abrasino, Administrator of the Trial Courts, Philip McHugh, Deputy Court Administrator, Stoughton District Court Judge Daniel O'Malley, Lynn Belland, Morrissey's second in command as ADA for Norfolk County DA's office. In his September 29th email, he began by expressing his grave concern about the actions of a Stoughton District Court employee who he believed was a woman named Michelle Littlefield, accusing her of sending me Chris Albert's public affidavit. Dear Judge Fortes, I'm writing to express my grave concern with actions taken by an individual employed at the Stoughton District in regard to an affidavit that was shared with a blogger writing about an ongoing second-degree murder case. On 9/28/23, a witness in the Commonwealth versus Reed murder case, he spelled Reed with two E's, filed a request for an application for harassment prevention order, which was heard before Judge O'Malley. The application and affidavit was processed in the civil clerk department of Stoughton District Court and presented to the judge, which after hearing was denied. We were informed by the witness and others that shortly after the hearing that Aiden Carney, aka Turtle Boy, was provided with a copy of the entire affidavit. There is no way that he would have been aware of the proceeding without an insider working in the courthouse. The leading Jesus Christ, dude. All right, listen, guys. You guys are going to have to bear with me because this is the stupidest shit that I've ever read, and I have to read it again. Okay? But I'm going to try to make up for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to read it the way Michael Morrissey sounds. I'm going to just to entertain myself here because this is the stupidest shit ever. Dear Judge Fortes, I'm writing to express my grave concern with actions taken by an individual employed at the Stoughton District in regard to an affidavit that was shared with a blogger writing about an ongoing second-degree murder case.
on 9/28/23, a witness in the Commonwealth versus Reed murder case filed a request for an application for harassment prevention order, which was heard before Judge O'Malley. The application and affidavit were processed in the civil clerk department of Stoughton District Court and presented to the judge, which after hearing was denied. We were informed by the witness and others that shortly after the hearing, that Aiden Carney, aka Turtle Boy, was provided with a copy of the entire affidavit. There is no way that he would have been aware of the proceeding without an insider working in the courthouse. The leading individual who presents as a possible leak is Michelle Littlefield. This has to stop. This fucking guy is a clown. How are you supposed to take this fucking guy seriously at this point, dude? Like, I couldn't take the guy seriously fucking 9, 10, 11 months ago. Now, like, everything the fucking guy comes out, dude, the guy looks like a fucking Muppet to me now. Like, that's it. That, like, he's just, bop, 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 you know, like a cartoon character that somebody's going to throw in the garbage can and put the lid on. And then he's going to be Oscar the Grouch. It's just a matter of time. That's why I see him that way, because I realize that it's just a matter of time at this point. You know what I mean? I'd never spoken to her before, and I'd never heard her name. But even if she had sent it to me, it wouldn't be illegal since the court hearings were public, and so was the affidavit. The email contained a screenshot of a message sent by McCabe referencing her failed attempt to obtain an order against me in that same courthouse on May 30th. I know it's late, but I am horrified that Chris didn't get it. And I am even more disgusted that for the second time, someone from the court leaked it right away to Turtle Boy. Then, because the people who work in Stoughton District Court like me more than him, they sent this humiliating after David to me so we could shame him some more. We have put in a request for the court audio, and hopefully with a little luck, we'll have it for the live show on Sunday. Dear Chris Albert, I know what you did. Blah, blah. Morrissey went on to Bowman to bemoan, excuse me. Jeez. Morrissey went on to bemoan how horrible it was that Jennifer McCabe, who the evidence shows participated in murdering Boston police officer John O'Keefe, had lost all confidence in the court of the Commonwealth. God forbid, Morrissey, who is unconcerned about the public's confidence in the detectives he uses to investigate murders and the public's trust in the DA's office as a result of the Karen Reed and Sandra Birchmore investigations, expressed his concern about the public's confidence and trust in his office as a result of public document being released that embarrassed the McAlberts. Oh my God, this is amazing, bro. This is just amazing. Turtle Boy are attached. It's clear from the postings that Stoughton Court is directly involved in this dissemination of information affecting our murder prosecution. Oh, wait, this is from Michael Morrissey. Let me just do it right the first time. All right, here we go. Turtle Boy are attached. It's clear from the postings from the Stoughton Court is directly involved in this dissemination of information affecting our murder prosecution. From the comments from one of the witnesses, you can see that they have completely lost all confidence in the courts of the Commonwealth. I have to agree that the actions erode the trust and integrity between the courts and the public and the relationship with the district attorney's office. We are extremely concerned that the improperly disseminated court material unsolicited to a third party, which is continuing to cause harm and damage to a witness in an ongoing homicide prosecution, must be a violation of court policies or potential violation of law, and it needs to stop. We also understand that Aiden Kearney, that's how he says it too, Kearney, had also immediately requested copies of the FTR record that was made in 9/28/23. Again, there's no way that he would have or should have known the hearing took place. There are a number of concerns that we have about the possibility of having filed ongoing motions or other requests for warrants before this court will affect the orderly and fair administration of justice. These actions are completely unacceptable and must be resolved immediately. I understand that you have to do an investigation and that may take time, but you also have to provide us with some evidence and assurance that you have taken action so we can safely continue to use the clerk's office of the Stoughton District Court. We have a number of delicate matters before them on day-to-day basis. I await your advice. This needs to stop. Michael Morrissey, District Attorney. Morrissey claimed that the public document was improperly disseminated, even though by law the clerk's office would have to give it to me upon request, and said that it harmed and damaged witnesses, quote unquote. It's clear how anything besides Chris Albert's pride was damaged by the L he took back in court that day. Meatball Morrissey wrongly opined that I was the violation of the law for the clerk to, that it was the violation of the law for the clerk to do so, and said that I should not have known that the hearing took place, despite the fact that Albert did this in front of a packed courtroom that was open to the public. Morrissey lectured all these judges and court officials about how the actions of a whistleblower were unacceptable and told them that this must be resolved immediately. In doing so, he was telling them how to do their job, something that is not his job. He told them that you have to provide us with some evidence and assurance that you have taken action. In doing so, he was directing Judge O'Malley to take action against someone for providing public court documents from his courtroom to Turtle Boy. This is extremely alarming for several reasons. Morrissey used a burner email address to conduct government business so that it wouldn't be available in public records requests. This means that he wanted to keep it a secret because he knew that it was inappropriate, unethical, and possibly illegal. So that email that I read earlier, basically accusing that woman, Littlefield, I think her name was sent from a burner address. And then it goes on to say that the extremely alarming reasons here. This is extremely alarming because by directly communicating with the judge in my case, this constituted an ex parte hearing, which violates my civil rights. Also, Judge O'Malley denied the order against me on the 28th, got this email on the 29th demanding that he do something, and then insinuated an order against me 12 days later without any new evidence against me presented in court. I'm going to read that one more time. Judge O'Malley denied the order against Turtle Boy on the 28th, then got that email from Michael Morrissey on the 29th demanding that he do something, and then insinuated an order against Turtle Boy 12 days later, instituted an order against him 12 days later without any new evidence against him presented in court. It seems as if he was pressured and threatened to do so by Morrissey. It absolutely does. I was just going to say that. At this point, right there, when you look at the chain of events, you look at the other stuff that BEDEROW has already accused Mello of with Tully. You look at that stuff, it tracks. It tracks starting back there. It tracks starting from when Turtle Boy, they tried to get these orders of protection against Turtle Boy, and the Judge O'Malley turned it down. And so this chapped Michael Morrissey's ass. This didn't chap Adam Lally's ass. This didn't chap Ken Mello's ass. This chapped Michael Morrissey, the Norfolk County District Attorney's ass, who is currently under federal investigation by the U.S. Attorney's Office. So this is how much of a fucking hard-on they have for Turtle Boy. I mean, it's not just a Twitter and Facebook issue. You know what I'm saying? This isn't This isn't just some guy with haters. There is a local government system trying to railroad him, to rob him of his rights, and even go so far as to incarcerate him. This is not, yeah, this isn't a small, minor little thing. And this is a direct accusation with the strong implication that it can be proven that Michael Morrissey had motive to railroad Turtle Boy. And guess who it started with? The McAlberts. Started with the McAlberts, people. Started with Jen McCabe and Chris Albert trying to get orders against him. And failing. That's how it starts. And when this happens, Michael Morrissey steps in. Now, do you think it's a coincidence that Michael Morrissey steps in right after this Chris Albert thing and Ken Mello calls the Canton PD directly because there are 9 people protesting across the street from D&E Pizza? Think about that for a second. So who's pushing the buttons here? Because all I know is the button's right there, right? And there's a big greasy fingerprint on it. And Chris Albert has got some dirty fucking hands. You know what I mean? So this is an issue. And and BEDEROW is dissecting this shit. And it's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Like it's like legal opera. It's amazing. Why did Morrissey accuse Michelle Littlefield on September 29th? What most likely happened is that he was alerted by Jennifer McCabe directly or indirectly that someone in the clerk's office sent me the affidavit. He would have no idea who, so he most likely gave the McAlberts a list of all the clerks, who sent the list to people like Kate Peter, who ran their names in the Justice for John O'Keefe and Karen Reed Facebook group until they found someone who was a member. 4 days later, on October 3rd, Kate Peter used her Masshole Report, Facebook and Twitter accounts to dox the clerk Morrissey, accused of being the person who sent me the public court documents. She posted her name and picture, accused her of leaking personal information, and said that she was perp walked out of the court and suspended from her job. She called the woman a fucking scumbag, told her that she worked for me, quote unquote, worked for Turtle Boy, that meaning. Kate Peter is unemployed and does not pay taxes, and said that trust and believe more consequences would be coming. She also mentioned Avon dispatcher Janelle Webb, who was not charged with any crimes at the time and whose identity had not been made public. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So if you guys remember, Janelle Webb was the Avon dispatcher who got the information for Turtle Boy, if I remember correctly, got the information for Turtle Boy after matched Jennifer McCabe's Jeep. Was it a Jeep? Is that what she drove at Michael Proctor's house? At Michael and Elizabeth Proctor's house. So yeah, he had her run the plate. And so shortly after this happens, he gets all these charges. And this was interesting for me. I'll try not to sidetrack too much here, but to see this coming full circle, this is almost full perfect circle for me. Lisa, thank you so much. And I'm going to read all the other ones, I promise. Thank you so much. This, because I had just started following the case then, and I remember I being like, I'm not ready to talk to Turtle Boy yet, you know. I wanted to, the documents were all available, so I wanted to look over the documents myself and then form my own opinion and then talk to Turtle Boy. And Turtle Boy, as soon as I reached out to him, he was super cool. He came on the show. We had a great conversation. And then we ended up, as soon as that happens, he ends up getting charged, like maybe like 2, maybe 3 days after he was on my show. He winds up getting charged. And I was like, wait, what in the fuck is going on here? And so of course, the timing to me was overwhelming. I'm not saying that it was one had anything to do with the other. What I mean is the timing for me, having just talked to him and having him on the show and being ready to pick his brain because I had already kind of gotten my gist of the case. Turtle Boy, I finally talked to him about it, had a great conversation, and then like 2 to 3 days later, he's charged with all these charges. And I'm like, wait a minute, that that smells weird. That just fucking stinks. Rebecca, thank you for becoming a new member. Appreciate it. It just stinks, right? So I go over all of the charges. They become publicly available. And I go over all of them. And I think it took me like five live streams to do it. And I normally do my live streams, I keep them at about 3 hours, give or take, normally. And so we went over everything. And you know, it doesn't take a lawyer. It doesn't take it takes someone with at least a minute amount of common sense to see that he's being railroaded here just by the charges alone, because you could fact check all the charges. They were right there. That's why it took so fucking long to do it, because I went over every single fucking video, every single fucking everything. They had them time stamped. And I was like, this is not even close to what they're saying it is. See, here's the thing. I hear this a lot too. And I would have made this point months ago, but now more than ever, it's so more solidified. You know, I see this comment here. You know, Turtle Boy's a bully. Turtle Boy's a bully. You know, I don't see that. But maybe what I like about the guy so far is he's not afraid to bully a bully. You know what I mean? That's what I've done with this channel, pretty much, for the last God knows how many years. I find people who bully victims and I fucking bully them. I troll them. I review and troll them. And so far, everything indicates that the only people that he arguably may or may not have bullied, quote unquote, would be people who have proven to be bullies already. It is done. Like, these people's their integrity is not even a question to me anymore. They don't have any. I mean, it's just that simple. I mean, all you have to do is go back to the fact that nobody fucking helped him. Nobody helped John O'Keefe from that house. These are first responders and people of first and family of first responders Nobody fucking helped Boston police officer John O'Keefe while he was laying in that lawn. Nobody. That's a fucking bully as far as I'm concerned. Give a shit about your kid's lacrosse game. You're an asshole. The whole community deserves to see that you're an asshole. Man, 227 search or not. I hear a 911 call where somebody goes, there's a man passed out on the lawn. I think he's dead. And then lie about phone calls that took place after the fact. You're a fucking liar. And you're an asshole. You called this guy your friend. Sat there on the stand and talked about how much you love the guy. Bullshit. And I'm not going to be gaslit and be like, oh my God, you're not being fair. These are innocent people. Bullshit. Innocent people don't do these things that I'm naming consistently. I could keep going about Jennifer McCabe. I could keep going about Matt McCabe. I could keep going about Brian Albert. I could keep going about Chris Albert. I can go about Chris Albert all fucking day. I could go through video after video about Chris Albert. What else do you need? And so far, I have not accused not a one of them of murder. So far, I have not. But I'll tell you what, they're accountable. They're accountable because they're all fucking lying. There's no fucking way nobody saw John O'Keefe laying in that lawn. I saw that lawn myself. There's no fucking way nobody saw him lying in that lawn, dude. I am not going to be gaslit into thinking that I'm crazy because I find it suspicious that all of those people walked out of that fucking front of that house into their cars on a publicly lit public street with lights on the outside of the house under a flagpole, and you didn't see this man laying there. You're a fucking liar. And the fact is, you didn't see him laying there because he wasn't fucking there. He was inside the house. Because according to the Commonwealth's theory and their theory that you're testifying to try to support, he would have to have been laying in that lawn when you left the house. But nobody saw him. And you expect us all to think that we're fucking crazy assholes for calling you a lying asshole. Fuck you. So here's Kate Peters' tweet here. This lovely lady is blank. If you're down at Stoughton District Court, you can rest easy. Your personal information is safe for the time being, as she was perp walked out today and put on suspension pending an internal investigation. Wow. What is it that Karens like to say? You work for me? Well, you fucking scumbag. You work for us. And your decision to share sensitive information entrusted to you through the court to further harass and stalk a civilian really caught up quick. Trust and believe it's going to follow you around too. You will be getting more attention soon, as will our new friend Janelle. I hope both of your careers were worth it. Wow. I mean, how come there's none of those witness intimidation charges on her? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. I find that to be really, really confusing as well. I find it strange.
I mean, she's getting her dues, you know, but it sucks because people had to take action. Like people had to go and file protective orders against her and shit. You know what I mean? And by the way, before I forget, tomorrow morning, as I understand it, there is a Jill Daniels hearing. And I believe I have that Zoom information. So I will be streaming that if I can be. So keep your ear to the grindstone. So yeah, so Jill Daniels is charged with assaulting Turtle Boy. We've seen the video 100 times. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair, Cherry. Yeah. I mean, listen, dude. I'm here for all of this shit. Okay? Like, you want to fucking make a fucking sideshow out of yourself? You know, I don't care who you are, dude. You want to make a sideshow out of your fucking self in connection to this case? Dude, I'm gonna fucking capitalize off of it. I'll tell you right fucking now. I will fucking sit here and I will fucking laugh all the way to the goddamn fucking bank. Jill Daniels. You show up and you jump out of a car, the guy's got a fucking phone pointed, and you think it's a good idea to smack the fucking phone out of his hand. And it's a big shocker that we're all here talking about it. It's fascinating to me, the behavior of these people, and then playing victim. It's amazing. This is more direct evidence that Ms. Peter works directly with the DA's office and the state police as their mouthpiece on social media. She knew about the clerk being suspended within 15 minutes of it happening. She knew about Janelle Webb before she had been fired or linked to the quote-unquote conspiracy charges that I would be arraigned for 8 days later. Wow. She also stated on September 29th, the day Morrissey wrote the email from his burner account, that I would be arrested on October 10th. Turns out she was only off by 1 day. Still waiting on the subpoena any day now. People often ask us why we bother to archive Turtle Boy. It's times like this when he accidentally shares illegal recordings and takes them down real quick. Sorry, retard, but it's been saved. He knows the deal. Today is October 10th. You said he'd be getting a subpoena today. Was that another lie? Sorry, I was actually today. It was actually today. Arrested, baby. I mean, it's so sickening to see these people like celebrate. You know what I mean? Like, it really is. Like, because it's really annoying, dude. It's really annoying when I take the time. Because if I lived there, you better believe that I'd be like in just fucking dove in, dude. If I lived there, and I did that anyway, and I don't live there. So you'd think that these people would actually look at the charges, but it's like they're the kind of fans, you know, that like if their team, that's pretty much every sports fan, really. It's probably part of the reason I'm not a sports fan, but I'm gonna use the example anyway. Like if the bad guys cheat, then it's like, oh my God, you know. But if it's their team, if it's their home team, and they cheat, then it's like, okay, we'll take it. It's a win. Okay, cool. And if a ref calls them out on it, then they're like, oh, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Even though they know their team did wrong. You know what I mean? And it seems like Canton's just full of people like this. It's like, where is your integrity? Where is your integrity? Like, I don't want to root for a team, dude. It's like the most un-American thing you can do is root for a fucking team that is dirty. It's a game, and you're gonna cheat, you know? Like, this isn't a game. This is the law. This is someone being framed for a murder simply because it took place on the property. It actually took place on the property of a very powerful individual in the city of Canton, or in the town of Canton. And it seems he's very powerful in Norfolk County overall. And it's just simply naive to ignore this already. You know? Like, all you have to do is just look at this point now, Turtle Boy, Turtle Boy and his defense team can absolutely prove that Michael Morrissey has got a fucking rager for him. An absolute fucking rager. And has people that work directly under him are caught colluding. He can prove that they colluded to lock him up unjustly. And the charges themselves are unjust. Not to mention that the law that they used that they weaponized against him, the law that they weaponized against him to get him charged in the first place is absolutely unconstitutional. There's any ethical person who has ever practiced law that has ever donned their face on YouTube has said this. You know, like it's these are lawyers weaponizing it. They know it's dirty. They know it's wrong. Dude, it's like a fever dream, dude. I've never fucking heard of anything like this. I never heard of anything like this. And then you got the sideshows. You got the Jill Daniels. You got the Alberts, the Sam Nagels. You got the Grant Smith Ellises. I mean, it's the most insane thing. It's like as intricate as the fucking Star Wars universe. You got all these different planets, and you got all these different fucking species and shit, and then you got the Force, and then you got it's just fucking complicated as a fucking George Lucas jerk off fantasy. It's crazy. This is the craziest shit ever. And what makes it so crazy is it just keeps going on and on and on. You know what I mean? Like, it just keeps happening. There's just one more fucking thing that happens in court, and you're like, what? It just keeps happening. And then you got Plevin, who looks like a ghost haunting an attic. That's what he looks like. He looks like a fucking ghost haunting an attic. I don't know what the fuck's going on with his lighting, but he looks like a ghost just that fucking died talking out of his ass in his attic. You know? It doesn't make any sense that there's anyone who's not seeing this for how fucking crazy and dirty it is. And then she says here, sick of hearing today that Michael Proctor is under IA investigation for lying to the grand jury. That is patently false. We know that's not true. He is under IA investigation for calling Karen Reed a cunt, making fun of her colitis, and making jokes about looking for nudes in her phone. Take from that what you will, but if you people are gonna smear the guy, at least
What the hell, man? Get the hell out of here. Oh. At least be factual and honest. This is before any of this information had come out in court. Clearly, the DA's office is leaking information to her while publicly crying about Karen Reed's team leaking information to me, Turtle Boy. They are using this woman to harass and dox government employees who act as whistleblowers to inform the public about the government corruption. Even more shockingly, state police radio transmissions from the morning I was arrested show that Kate Peter was at my house doing surveillance on October 10th in order to inform the state police what time my children got on their bus. Yeah, this is going to be fun right here. You guys got to hear this real quick. So what we're listening to right now is the police radio of when they nabbed Turtle Boy and they followed his kid's school bus and then and picked him up.
It's a little early, right? Supposed to be around 8:30, but Kevin, if you want to try to take a drive by past that bus. Yep, I'm right in front of the bus. I don't see two kids getting on the bus at that street. We'll take a look. We're not really hearing you guys too good.
Now,
Kevin, can you go again? Two kids on the bus?
Now, I'm not sure what the timestamp is, but you got to listen closely because there's a point where he says some initials of the person who gave them the information of the bus.
Getting off the bus? There are two older kids that are getting on the bus. I'm sure there's another one coming through. Received.
I mean, what the fuck is with these guys, dude? Like, dude, it's fucking buses and rubber duckies with these guys, dude. Like, are you guys serious right now? We're supposed to take you seriously as investigators? We're supposed to take you fuckers seriously as investigators when it comes to the death of the murder of a Boston police officer. We're supposed to take you on your word on how you conducted that investigation versus how the fucking Brian Walsh investigation was conducted, by the way, which I commend you, is very, very well done. Kind of wish you would have done that with John O'Keefe, though, but unfortunately, you would have had to put handcuffs on your friends, wouldn't you have? But it's so nice that you guys love to chase school buses and rubber duckies, and you do it so efficiently. You do it so efficiently. School buses and rubber duckies, dude. That's your fucking legacy, dude. Like, seriously.
Sir, from KP, it was the same thing yesterday. Two older kids got on around the same time as now, but it was definitely 8:30.
What's up, Microdots?
Received. It should be bus 30. Standing on a comms check. Kevin. R9, sir. Solid. We got you, Johnny. CCU. R9.
And don't forget, guys.
What's that?
Don't forget, 9 p.m. My friend Melanie Little will be live. 9 p.m. and she's going to go over the BEDEROW letter. I may not go over the letter itself, but Melanie Little most definitely will.
R9.
9 p.m. as I understand it. Paul. Good to see you, buddy. Oh, Turtle Boy's going live tonight?
Going on. Received. R9 on my end. And we'll just stand by for word. To all units on that. Disregard. There's a school van, a gray school van that just pulled in there now. Someone wants to drive by.
Dude, these guys are like it's like a fucking Starsky and Hutch episode and shit, dude. Like these guys are like straight up surveilling, checking out fucking school buses, bro. What's wrong with these guys? School buses just to like nab independent journalists who, and they still have his tech. We haven't even talked about that yet. We haven't even talked about that yet.
Pulled into that residence. Negative into the circle across the street. Okay, received. Still standing by for the yellow target to go by. Received. I just had a Lexus pass me. I'm just confirming it's not him. That was not our target.
Okay,
All
cool.
units.
Got it.
Bus
Thank you.
33, coming off of Wood onto Boulder. Making a stop on Boulder. If we can have all units in place at the predetermined location and stand by for word. So are you close to the Mason? Alright, step off from that stop. Towards the Mason. Everyone else, please stand by until I give word.
Look at this, dude. Like they're picking up a Unabomber, bro.
Details is behind the bus. On Mason. Alright, so I'm like 100 yards behind you.
Dude, like how
The
much,
bus went right by, didn't stop at Piccadilly, still moving.
dude, like Scott, as a 25-year veteran of the New York City Police Department, bro. Like how right. How much does this piss you off hearing this shit? Straight up, dude. Seriously. Hey, if you want, dude, you could fucking jump up here, man. That's up to you. I'll send you a link, and then you know, if you want to, you can. This is the craziest shit I've ever fucking seen in my life, bro. Like it just goes on and on and on, dude. This is the wildest shit ever. Delta Force, bro.
I still got kids on Buckingham waiting as well. Okay, we'll flip. It's probably the wrong bus.
All right, man. We'll do.
Yesterday, I believe it was number 30. Okay. Okay, everyone stand by. Look for the next bus. Okay, he's just crossing the street to Target. He's got a red solo cup in his hand. He's bringing his cousins and kids across the street.
Dude, Jesus. These guys are acting like they're acting like they're catching like America's Most Wanted, bro. Like number one on the FBI's Most Wanted list.
We're just going back to Boulder to flip around. Okay, we're getting behind. It's bus 30. Sully, you're behind bus 30 now? Yeah, we're doing the slow roll because it's going to take, we give us a little time. As soon as he puts the kids on, we'll jump on him. Received. Everyone stand by until I give word. I got my hand in the driveway.
I can't take this shit seriously at all.
Start to move.
Dude, you know that this is gonna be the funniest fucking documentary you've ever seen in your life, right? Like when there's actually somebody with the balls to actually tell this story for what it actually is, and that time comes, you can't do it in one episode. It has to be like a fucking at least a 5-episode, 6-episode series. At least. Has to be. Maybe even 10. Because there's so much. If you want to cover everything, I mean, right, Cherry, exactly. It's gonna be a comedy. It's gonna be satire. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. They're gonna add stupid music to this kind of shit. Like, if they get a hold of the body cam footage of this shit, which they have, it's there. We've gone over it before.
Transport, can you make your way up? Receive. Everyone can stand by until transport arrives. Going up now.
Because you have to add Justin Root and Sandra Birchmore and Enrique Delgado Garcia. I mean, you have to add all of these factors into it too. You know what I mean?
All units, once transport moves out, we can pull into the driveway, and we can, the residence is clear, no occupants, deactivate BWC. Deactivate.
What?
Can we get crime scene up here, please?
Crime scene. We need crime scene up here. Wow.
Trace the signal.
All right. Heard from KP. It was the same thing yesterday. 2 older kids got on around the same time as now, but it was definitely 8:30. So that's what one of the one of the cops, sorry, was saying over the radio. Heard from KP. It was the same thing yesterday. 2 older kids got on around the same time as now, but it was definitely 8:30. So they got their information from somebody named KP. Gee, I wonder who the fuck that could be. I mean, I wonder who the fuck that could be. So, and you've all seen how unhinged she is. What does that say about the Massachusetts State Police and Michael Morrissey's office? That this is their person that they go to for information, for help, to collude with. What does that say about their character? I mean, listen, dude. If you roll around in the mud with a pig with greasy ass fucking hair, you're going to get dirty, dude. And you're going to smell like that nasty, greasy ass hair. And right now, Tully, Morrissey, Mello, Fake Victim, they all smell like pig shit and that greasy ass hair. I mean, they all smell like it. They all got the stink on them now. You know what I mean? All that stink from all those nasty ass Twitter posts are all over these people, dude. These so-called professionals. You know what I mean? These law enforcement professionals.
Some of the highest paid that I've ever seen in my life. I can't get over how much these fuckers get paid. That shit is wild to me, dude. And I'm not hating, dude. If you're fucking, Mel Gibson, Lethal Weapon, you're fucking Martin Riggs, dude, right on. Pay that motherfucker 6 figures. Hell yeah. You hear what I'm saying? It's like, if you're Martin Riggs, right on, dude. But if you're chasing around rubber duckies and school buses on bullshit cases, dude, there's something dirty going on. There's something dirty going on. Like, America's great, but it's not that great. You know what I mean? Like, that makes no sense. That is, I mean, if it waddles like corruption, quacks like corruption, then it's probably fucking corruption. Quack, quack, bitches. Oh, man, I can't wait. I can't wait to see that Josh Levy press conference when it happens, dude. I can't wait. Quack, quack. State police under the command of John Fanning, of course. They call him Johnny in those transmissions. Observed a middle school bus on my street pick up 2 kids at 7:53 a.m. They were unsure if they were my children, so Trooper Kevin contacted KP, who assured them that she witnessed my children get on their bus at 8:30 the previous day. Why was Morrissey involving himself in the witness intimidation case against Turtle Boy on September 29th? He hired Ken Mello on September 20th, specifically to avoid a conflict. An internal email from records request shows that there was a meeting on September 26th in which they all agreed Mello was in charge of the witness intimidation case. Oh, man, that's right. This is that, yeah. Hi, Lynn. Regarding the meeting with you and the district attorney today, our office is going to be hiring attorney Kenneth S. Mello as a special assistant district attorney for the Norfolk District Attorney's Office. His rate is $400 per hour. I will put the maximum obligation amount of $30,000. Please let me know if you think this is an amount that should be adjusted. Also note, we can adjust or increase moving forward as well. Wow. Please approve so I can prepare the electronic contract to email to Attorney Mello. Wow. I bet his fucking tech was working for that. So $400 an hour. Okay. $400 an hour. That's right. Totally microdots. Totally. Just wait till an honest judge reads this shit. This is fucking wild, man. Statement of professional services. Michael Morrissey. This is from Ken Mello. Attorney Kenneth S. Mello was appointed as the special prosecutor in this matter on October 4th, 2023. Commencing on that day on each of every day thereafter, including weekends and all legal holidays, have devoted an absolute minimum of 4 hours each day and frequently 12 or more hours a day, or professional services as special prosecutor. My services have included, but were not limited to, reviewing some 8 months of daily internet posts and blogs associated with this matter, legal research, communicating with opposing counsel and numerous parties relative to this matter, coordinating efforts with investigators, drafting court filings, travel time, and appearing in court with search warrant applications. I have actually devoted over 700 hours of professional services in this matter in consideration of fiscal
realities. I informed the district attorney in October that I would cap my billing at 2 hours each day for the calendar year of 2023 at the agreed upon billing rate of $400 an hour. Accordingly, I submit the following statement of professional services. Wow. So 56 hours at $400 an hour, 60 hours, and then 62 hours at $400 an hour, coming out to a total of $71,200. $71,200 to play keep away. $71,200 to rob Turtle Boy of his First Amendment rights, lock him up for 60 days as a result of a framing involving an ex-girlfriend who suffers from one of the worst cases of guanosis I've ever seen. And Greasy Head Piggy Kate Peter. And I feel comfortable throwing these insults around even more today because each day that goes by, Turtle Boy is more and more vindicated, and I've just watched these people spread lies and abuse this man over the internet for an extended period of time. And again, it's okay not to like somebody, but when you try to ruin their life because you simply don't like them, well, then that puts you on a decent person's shit list. You know, it just does. And there's a lot of decent people out here that see the kind of shit these people are doing. To Turtle Boy, to Karen Reed, of course, to the people that love them. I mean, it's disgusting. Dude, I got into it with some asshole who just kept blasting the fake picture of Alan Jackson with Karen Reed, and then what she does is she blasts the picture of Alan Jackson's wife, I guess, coming out of a gym or something. And I thought it was really gross, you know, because, like, I mean, regardless, now we know the picture's fake, but regardless of the fact, like, why do you need to give her a hard time? Why do you need to violate her privacy? Why post her picture? And then what they do is really funny, is they do that shit and then they say, this is the real victim here. And it's like, a victim of who? You? Because now you're blasting this woman's shit all over the world. You know? And they think it's legit because some fucking asswipe printed it. What was it, the New York Post? And I mean, hold on. I'm going to come back to this. I need to show you guys this shit, man. I may not be able to find it, but I'm going to try to find it quickly if I can. Actually, I think I might be able to find it. All right, yeah. So they post this picture, and so I tell them, this is what I say. You people are pathetic. You can't even stick to conversations in regards to evidence, so you have to find smut and sling it around about people that have nothing to do with the case. Only through marriage. Instead of respecting the woman, you're preaching that people should be respecting her feelings. You blast her picture that was taken and printed by an asswipe throwaway rag. And for what? To win an unwinnable argument on Twitter with a stranger on a situation that has nothing to do with you? You are the sorriest type of trash on social media. I imagine your underwear is likely being disgusting and filthy, since it's clear you like to live that way here. I can only imagine the stench of you. And then she says, AJ's wife is the victim here. Her face says it all. That's what she responds with. AJ and Karen are lying cheaters. Right? And I'm like, I just couldn't help it. This is the lowest that I've ever seen anybody act on social media. Right? So I just simply respond with, you're a verbally flatulent slob whose very existence is the reason people question the morality of a loving God. You're a dick rash brought on by a warm breeze. And I have to say, folks, that is one of my finer moments. My finer verbal skills were applied there. I was very proud of that when I wrote it. I was very proud of myself. I was very pleased with myself when I wrote that. Because it was exactly how I felt at the moment. It was exactly how I felt. I thought it was poetic, no? Yeah. I mean, yeah, these people are fucking disgusting, dude. Like, and they're only behaving this way worse and worse because the walls are closing in. They're getting desperate. They're getting desperate. You know? It's insane, dude. This is the fucking craziest shit I've ever seen. So why was Morrissey involving himself on September 29th in a case in which his office had been recused? You see, I almost said January from September. Jesus. When Michelle Littlefield was put on leave on October 3rd, they didn't have any solid proof that she had contacted me because she never had. However, on October 11th, when state police seized my phone, they immediately began going through it, looking for information from whistleblowers about her to see if anyone had given me information on the federal investigation into Massachusetts State Police and the DA's office, despite claiming that they have never gone through my phone. Stoughton District Court Clerk Lauren Green confronted Littlefield with a Celebrite report from my phone showing a conversation with a friend of Michelle who sent me the Chris Albert and Jennifer McCade after Davids. Now, this is very interesting. Right here is an extraction report from Celebrite from Turtle Boys Tech. Now, remember, Ken Mello, and I'm sure Turtle Boy is going to explain this here, Ken Mello has tried saying in open court that we streamed and watched together, guys. We heard Ken Mello live on this channel say that they didn't have that they had the tech, but they haven't gone through it. They never went through it. This is proof that they did. Somebody fucking handed his Turtle Boy a fucking Celebrite report extracted from his phone. And it's right here. Yeah, did you get a copy of the F? It's all right here. Look at that shit. Dude, yeah, they straight up they went through his phone. But they intentionally omitted the first message he sent me from the extraction, in which he told me that a reporter from Boston 25 News was also in the courtroom, which would most likely be Ted Daniel. So a little turtle told me that Jen McCabe was in Stoughton court today to file a restraining order against you. It was denied, but you may want to call tomorrow about getting a copy of the affidavit. Bob Ward from Fox 25, I was wrong. Bob Ward from Fox 25 was there for a separate matter, but stayed for the judge's decision when he heard about it. LOL, you heard about that? The DA's office intentionally left this part out because it would show the other media witnessed Jennifer McCabe trying to get an order against me. Therefore, it would be perfectly normal for me to find this information out on my own. They want to create the false impression that these orders take place in empty, secretive courtrooms that the public isn't allowed to know about. Littlefield was afraid to tell me this information for 11 months because she lives in fear of the state police and the DA's office. When she showed me these documents a month ago, I was in shock, as the Commonwealth and the police have repeatedly insisted that they have not gone through my phone. Yet here was this woman I never met holding a printout of my phone communications, which they used to punish her for being a whistleblower. Ken Mello repeatedly stated in open court on November 28th, 2023, and in several email communications with attorney Timothy Bradle, that the police have not searched my devices. In fact, he said that they were in pristine condition, quote unquote, and had not even been pursued by investigators. People, here's Ken Mello.
And with respect to the judicial system, the state police and the investigators have not perused the material. It is in its pristine form, located on the defendant's devices. But then again, turning those devices back over to the defendant would allow him, if you will, to delete any information stored on them, and would allow for a challenge sometime in the future to say that whatever may be mirrored is not accurate or was created elsewhere, or whatever the case may be. And having that equipment in the possession of the Commonwealth, as is evidence in almost every single case, Judge, that is the appropriate mechanism to employ here. I'm going to suggest, and with
okay, so let me get out of this real quick. I want to take a second. You guys have been really patient about this. I'm going to take a second and read off your I'm going to read off your what do you call them? I
think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a 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 super chat. Super chat.
Oh my God. All right. No, I just wanted to play it all the way through because I'm only going to play it that one time and then go through everything. I'm Just a Girl in the World gifted 5 memberships. Oh my. And let's see here. Bukaki's Missing Dentures says grit. When an entire non-Karen Reed channel of the people Google what Bukaki means, and yeah, I know what it means. To me, it's a double insult, but wow, my online persona took a hit today. Rose Lee gifted a membership. Thank you so much. Oh my. And then Calypso Miller became a new member. Thank you so much. Darlene Mandeville says, you make me laugh so much. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I can make you laugh. Cynthia Lynch sent a super sticker. And Sidebar and Grill, people. Oh, my God. Gifted 5 memberships. Buzzing for Truth. Hi, Will. Let's get to the letters. We saw it done in real time. Thank you so much, Buzzing for Truth. Lala77 became a new member, and I'm Just a Girl in the World. A donation towards an ad-free Turtle account. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Lisa, 5-star meatball impersonation. Right on. Thank you. There were notes that Turtle Boy had written at one point that said that Chris Albert had been into the DA's office multiple times. I think it was the notes from the fake victim incident. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for that. Rebecca became a member. Thank you. Little Irish Girl, member for 6 months. Jill is an angry raisin. Gigi, member for 6 months. Right on. And Misadventurous Bookmouse, he said, heard from KP over radio during bus chase. Yes. Thank you. Ditto. Thank you so much. Thanks for your caring heart. Oh, that's sweet. It is amazing. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah. Commenting in non-Karen streams are fun. Yeah. That's just not true, Cherry. Okay. I've just never let you seen it. And you know that's not true. Stop it, stop it, stop it. You know we all love you, Cherry. And then Mello goes on here.
Under the cases my brother references preventive medicine requires action by a superior court judge. We would not investigate. We would honor our commitment to further not investigate until this matter is determined by the superior court.
All right. There's more. One more.
Your Honor, we have honored, the Commonwealth has honored its commitment, and it was by way of a telephone call between Mr. Brattle and I to not go into these devices until there was some adjudication by the court. That would not end today if Your Honor would adopt the Commonwealth's request and submit this to the Superior Court. We would not, I would direct the state police to not touch the devices any further, provided that files within perhaps 1 week within the Superior Court.
Joe Flip Ahead. Thank you so much, buddy. I love it, dude. He just fucking dropped the fucking quote. I love it. Nice shirt. Too bad you dropped $150K in a fucking education you could have got for $1.50 in late charges at the public library. I love it. Were you gonna plagiarize the whole thing for us, or you want to? You have any thoughts on your own on this? I just watched that the other night again. He lied in order to oppose a motion to give me my phones back, because he knows that if I had my phones, I'd be able to defend myself better, since all the crimes I'm accused of committing happened before they took my phones. If they had admitted to downloading my entire phone, which they clearly have done, then there would be no reason not to return my devices. Brian Walsh got his phone back in less than 24 hours, despite the fact that police knew he murdered his wife. I'm only laughing because automatically Turtle Boy's reaction when he heard that, when he heard that, when me and Melanie Little were talking about it, we went over it, and he was in chat, and he goes, "Don't tell me they gave him his tech back." And then I read the passage, and then Turtle Boy goes, "Fuck!" There's a big fuck in the chat. It was so funny. Dude, that would make me so mad. That would make me so mad. And look at this. Like, we know they went through his tech. Like, somebody handed him data, proof, a Celebrite extraction of his fucking phone. Kaza D gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. Oh my God. T&E pizza box. Oh my God, dude. You're gonna fucking give my chat a roach problem, dude. Fuck out of here. And you got a wrench. God damn it. No. D&E. Oh my God, D&E. You win handle of the day, but you're still a D&E pizza box, dude. So yeah. Yeah. I don't even know which one that is. Since then, Robert Cosgrove has repeated the lies several times in court, including at a July 11th hearing in which there was a motion for the government to return my phones. Additionally, at a March 27th grand jury convened by Mello, in which the only witness was Tully, Lieutenant Tully admitted on the stand that he had gone through my messages and read communications between me and Karen Reed's attorneys. Mello was well aware of this, but repeatedly denied under such thing had ever happened in court and in emails with my attorney. Wow. Brian Tully had access to my phone at 9:15 on October 11th. At 10:15, Kate Peters sent this threatening message to David Yannetti, telling him that we, quote unquote, knew that he had texted Aiden Carney. She ended with the threatening and ominous "buckle up, Buttercup." Dude, I mean, I'm trying to think of another word, just even though I like to use the word, I'm trying to think of another one, but she's a fucking miserable, just a miserable fucking, what is the word?
Twat.
That'll work. That'll work. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. Say it. No, I don't use that word. Okay. I don't use that word.
You're a magnificent cunt.
Hey, no.
Boy, cunt.
Oh my God.
You're a little cunt.
Hey. Okay. It's enough.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
All right. Here we go. We know you're involved in Aiden Carney's little witness harassment game, and your texts with him have already been making the rounds. Buckle up, Buttercup. She later tried to cover for herself by claiming that I had sent other people screenshots of my text messages with Yannetti, but the download of my phone will show that this is also a lie. Dear Dr. Turtleboy and Boston Defender, it has come to my attention that you two morons think that police were leaking Aiden's texts. No, Aiden shared texts between himself and David Yannetti. Oh, I'm sorry. There was a spider crawling out of my hair. Okay. No, Aiden shares text between himself and David Yannetti in a group chat. This is the hackening 2022 all over again. I've gotten nothing from the police, but you know who will? The jury. Have a nice day. Oh my God. Always with the fucking have a nice day, dude. I can't stand when people do that. Like, that's their way. Like, they think that scores them an automatic last word, like a magical last word. Like, that's the magic last word, Have a great day. Have a nice day. Like, no, stupid. No, we're not done yet. Like, that happens all the time. That happens to me all the time on Twitter. Happens to me all the time. Somebody goes, well, blah, 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 blah. I'm stupid and you're a fucking dick and you're snarky and I don't like you and blah, 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 blah. Have a great day. And then I'm like, no, we're not done yet. Hold on. First of all, you said this, blah, 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 blah. And then I get bored and then I leave. In fact, I could post them if you'd like. You'd think after all these years, Dr. Turtleboy would smarten up and shut the fuck up. In fact, I could post them if you like. I already said that. Hold on. Smarten up and shut the fuck up in group chats. But no, here we are. It's fucking Groundhog Day. Everyone look at me. I need your affirmation at 6 a.m. as I try to climb Aiden's coattails for a second time. All right, that's it. That's the end of that article. Again, another masterpiece. What's beautiful about this. Hold on. I mean, we got to give him his proper dues, people. Turtle Boy is systematically, he has hired attorneys, and his attorneys are just systematically tearing this whole thing apart. And what's ironic is, in an attempt to shut Turtle Boy up, in an attempt to shut him up, what they did was, ironically, put him in a position to be able to prove the corruption that they tried to shut him up and stop him from proving. Dude, that's again art. It's art. What you doing, bub? Oh, you got a hold of a box. Okay, awesome. It's like I'm gonna be cleaning. That's my fault. Anyway, hold on. I gotta see something. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, this is some of the wildest shit that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's almost as if like it's like a fucking movie where they put the protagonist in prison so that the protagonist could break somebody out. Like that they didn't put him there for that reason, but it's like he was trying to break somebody out, and then like they put him in the prison with him so that it became easier for him to break them out in some way. That's a bad analogy, but you guys get my point. Shut up, leave me alone. It's been a long day. I went 300% over my move goal today, people. Okay. So, but bottom line, the Streisand effect, right? What they were trying to do had the exact opposite effect. Because what was funny was Turtle Boy's methods of proving corruption and proving that the McCabe's, the Alberts were dirty fucks. His method before was to find them in public places, stick a phone in their face, and ask them questions, right? They decide to arrest them for this. And then when they arrest them for this, they decide to trump up these charges, and they decide to collude with two of the least credible people that I've ever even witnessed in my life. Like, I don't understand why these Massachusetts state troopers thought it would be a good idea to use these idiots as their means to successfully frame Turtle Boy. And these two idiots, I mean the fake victim and Krusty Panties. That's what I mean by these two idiots. It's fascinating to me when I think about the choice that these professional law enforcement investigators made in who they were going to depend on to frame this man. Because this is just comedy at this point. Because it is. Turtle Boy's not in jail anymore. And all of this shit is very public. Like, you know, it's all out there. So to me, it's just like, and I already felt this way when I saw Bukkake being chased back to his car from a Canton resident, and she had her phone pointed at him, and I saw him. He looked so pathetic. I couldn't take him seriously as a police officer. I couldn't take him seriously as, because I was like, this lady had no fear at all. This lady had no fear. It was like a big bad cockroach showed up to her doorstep, and then she shined a flashlight on him, and he went, oh, and scattered away. Right? That's totally how that came off to me. I saw Bukkake as just a fucking cockroach that got scared away by a light when she stuck a phone in his face. I can't take these dudes seriously now at all. How the fuck does anybody? I mean, he totally did. He like turned around for and like just kind of like slithered back to his fucking car and sat there like, okay, bye-bye now. Like, these dudes aren't even, I mean, they're investigating rubber duckies. The whole fucking internet is laughing at you. They're laughing at you because you're trying to bust people for rubber duckies with bullshit fucking witness intimidation and littering charges. Stop it. Just stop. Like, just stop. At this point, it's like what are you, just throwing a tantrum? Is that what this is? It's a tantrum? It's a tantrum because the walls are closing in on you, because like it's just a matter of time before people are going to have to sit on a fucking witness stand in the very court that you created the scenario and is going to put you in. I love that shit. Dude, I fucking love that shit. Mello, who filed all of the paperwork, did all of the legwork, and had these fucking garbage men, fucking cops, do the dirty work just to create this scenario that now they're going to be called on the stand on and be torn apart because there's proof that they fucking manipulated the situation that they're all going to be in at that moment. We're all here now because you fucking lied and colluded with two fucking crackheads who may or may not even smoke crack. And here we are. Fascinating to me. Actually, yeah, you're right. It's time to I brought mine down here because usually they wear off right like halfway through my stream. So yeah, I got these bad boys. They're tasty. About 20 milligrams a pop. Yes, 100%. 100% weaponized government. Weaponized government. The phone lines are open, folks. If anybody wants to call in, they can. Because I'm going to leave the actual letters up to Melanie Little tonight.
because she's going to be a lot more thorough in explaining the legal aspects of it, even though they're just letters. So that, you know, they're pretty cut to the point. Like, it's pretty funny because BEDEROW, I feel like BEDEROW was more focused on the public understanding it than anyone else.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Clara.
Is this Dina?
It is Clara.
Dina,
How
you
are
got
my
got
friend?
through on the first time. That's amazing, dude. That's the best news all day, right?
It made my whole day already, Clara. You're looking mighty fine in the hopper. Oh, I'm getting applause.
Yeah.
Yay.
Of course you get
Holy
applause.
shit, is the freaking walls crumbling down or what?
I mean, it sure looks like it. And it's Turtle Boy doing it. He's the one doing it. We all thought it was going to be Jackson and Yannetti.
You know what? I'm so happy for all of us that have been down there and back in Turtle Boy, because we knew Turtle Boy was right, but now it's just everything's fucking blowing up. Tick, tick, boom, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So Clara,
What's up?
when are you coming back to Boston to celebrate with all of us?
When it's time to celebrate. I mean, I might be back then before then, but I don't have any immediate plans just yet on going back to Boston.
Well, you got the Halloween party coming up. That would be mighty fine to have you come.
Oh, that's not happening. Yeah. I would love to, actually. Don't get me wrong. I would love to, but it's just not. Yeah, it's not in the cards this year.
Soon. But Clara, guess what? I've been hitting the gym like I told you the last time.
Hell yeah.
20 pounds.
20 pounds. Holy shit.
20 pounds.
Wow, that's
dude.
amazing, dude. 20 pounds is nothing to shake a stick at. That's amazing.
No, nothing to stick at. But listen, if we have to do this trial again, which now that all this is falling down, I don't think we're gonna. But if we do, we're all eating healthy.
I mean, speak for yourself, man. What the fuck are you? What? The fuck you?
So
you don't just get to roll up in here and impose that shit on people, dude. You want to eat healthy? We support you. Okay, with pizza in our faces. Okay, come in here.
All right,
imposing this
One
shit.
last
Nice
thing.
try though. That was kind of slick. You know, I was
It was kind of slick.
seeing if I was
Kind of
listening and shit. If I wasn't listening, if I was zoned off in one of my ADHD episodes, I'd have been like, okay, yeah, right on, Dina.
Hey,
But nah,
I'm
I
telling
caught
you-
that shit.
I'm telling 10 milligrams in already myself.
Okay,
But-
right on.
All right, so Sunday, just to put it out there, it's the last day of getting the frame signed. I'm going to be out at Dedham Place at the Standout and then at the Star Drive-In. If anybody wants to sign the frame before it goes for the pre-Karen Reed, defense fund.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And watch party tomorrow. Listen, I'm going to set it up. I'm going to do it like I did last time. I forgot to announce this. Tomorrow, members, if you are a member, you've got to email Cherry with proof of your membership, and she will give you access to the Discord, and we will have members only in the Discord watch party of the Dateline episode tomorrow, like we did 2020 last time. So
nice.
Yeah, we're doing that. It's happening. We're doing it.
I'll probably gather with a few of the girls, so I will make sure that we have everything. We email Cherry because we'll be watching you, Clara.
Love it. Of course.
Massachusetts loves you, my friend. Take care.
And I love Massachusetts and you, Dina. Bye.
Bye.
Dina. You gotta love Dina, folks.
Call from.
Dina.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Not that Dina.
Not that Dina. Oh my God. That is crazy that I got Dina and then right after that, not that Dina. First two calls. Amazing.
I'm so excited I got to hear her. She's a sweetheart.
That is pure luck of the draw, folks. That is pure luck
No,
of the
it's
draw.
luck of the redial. That's what it is. It's luck of the redial.
Right on.
I just want to say, honestly, there's so much stuff coming out. It's so hard to follow all of it. And honestly, I'm glad the Herald's putting out some stuff. I'm glad Howie's on it. But how the mainstream media isn't touching this, it's big, it's explosive, it's huge.
I really love to hear what Sue O'Connell has to say about all this.
Well,
Call
she's
me
gonna say I
crazy.
just got a haircut.
Call me crazy, but you know, it shouldn't take just an independent commentator to comment on these issues. I would love to hear what she has to say.
I wouldn't be surprised if Howie actually paid attention to you too.
Oh, I would. I would.
I wouldn't. He seems to be, for somebody that does 4 columns a week and all this other stuff and staying on with Aiden, who he clearly loves.
Right. And there's a reason for that. It's because these guys are in their own class. You know what I'm saying? You saw all the information that was provided, all the receipts that were provided in Turtle Boy's article there. He does that shit just about every day. You know what I mean? Like, that is hardcore. That is not anything that I can compare anything that I do. And Howie Carr comes from that same cloth. He's cut from that same cloth. And he appreciates Turtle Boy for that reason, man. And rightfully so. I'm not in that class, man. I'm not. Those guys are the real deal.
You're not trying to get blown up by Whitey Bulger and having the FBI selling them.
That's what I'm saying.
The
yeah,
C2
you can't begin to compare what I do to what these guys do. So I would be surprised if Howie Carr even heard my fucking name. But I'm a big fan.
Not for nothing. I can tell you this: you with Melanie Little, the way you guys play off each other, is so entertaining. It's like sometimes
it's very natural,
might take
man. It's very natural, like, because the last time we went live, like, it was kind of last minute, more or less, and you know, we had no plans on what we were going to talk about. We discussed the possibility of doing the text messages as we did. Excuse me. As we did, but we were kind of like, not sure if we're going to do that. Let's hold off on that. And we were just like, fuck it, let's just wing it. And we did. And yeah, that's, I really enjoyed
it was hilarious
doing streams.
It was hilarious and sad. I mean, it's like, it's hard to ride that line, but you managed to work it. I was really impressed with the fact that you were real. You let John be real, and you actually were able to take that experience from your own life and say, dude, I've been there. I got this. I totally understand where he was. And it made him more of a person. You didn't belittle him in any way. You made him alive. You brought him back.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
So he was, no, you know, you really did, because guys are just guys. You're not that complicated, and you made it really simple for us to see it that way. And girls are super complicated, but we're not even that complicated. We're just
you are
all in our head. Huh?
No, you are.
No.
Yeah, no.
But you did a great job, and I really enjoyed.
I'm not being fair. To be fair, you're insane people. Okay.
Oh yeah, we are. Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding. But I'm not.
No, you're not. You're not kidding. You're lying when you say you're kidding, because we are. We're complete nut jobs.
Yeah.
But that's all right, because we serve our purpose. All right. We have our lot in life, and the way we run our world. That's why we're not the same thing. You're you, and we're us. And you did a great job. And not for anything, it was. I had to keep pausing it because I had to keep doing stuff, but I watched the whole thing beginning to end, and I'm actually saving Melanie Little and hopefully you tonight for tomorrow, because honestly, I don't want to miss any of it. You guys are awesome together. And I really appreciate you taking the time, because it's a lot, because you did your live stream already tonight. And if you go there again, God loves you.
Yeah, I'm not 100%, but
Oh, get on that shit. Stop it. You guys are so good together. Cut it out.
But
you can take a few minutes.
no, but I love streaming with Melanie because yeah, you're right. We have a very natural banter and I really enjoy it. And she's and I get to pick her brain at the same time because she's, very well educated. So it's
She's a
awesome.
warrior.
Yeah, she's a
She's
badass.
awesome.
And it's nice that
Yes,
she's
she
not
is.
afraid to speak her mind, and she's very passionate about all of this. Like,
And I love when she gets fiery. Oh, when she gets fiery, she's the bomb.
And she's not just passionate about this case. She's just as passionate about this case as anybody else is, but she's passionate about a bunch of other cases too. Every
I
case
know.
that she covers. So it's pretty it's a privilege to get to stream with her, most definitely.
Well, I hope you do, and I hope you have a wonderful night, and I thank you for taking my call, and I appreciate you, and thank you again, Will, for
Right on.
taking the time.
All right, not that Dina. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Good night, sweetheart.
Good night.
Appreciate you. Bye.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Will, it's Gina from Canton.
Gina.
Not Dina.
Dina, and Gina from Canton.
Yeah, well, Gina's from Canton. I don't think that Dina and Dina are from Canton. But anyway,
that's not
how
what I
you
said,
doing,
Gina.
Will?
Gina, I'm gonna need you to listen. Okay? I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Yep.
I'm doing great, Gina. How are you?
I'm doing great.
I love it. So what's
Yeah.
up?
So, I've just been thinking,
Okay.
what do you think about the new special prosecutor? Is it Hank Brennan? Hank Brennan, Whitey Bulger's attorney?
Yeah.
There. So I've been thinking.
Michael
right from the
Morrissey's just
beginning.
looking good, man. He's just looking better and better, man, isn't he?
Well, looking better and better that he's connected to the Irish mob.
Right.
I mean,
right.
You know what I mean?
So the whole world's
I've
looking
been
at
saying
him.
that from the beginning.
The whole world's looking at him as and accusing him of being corrupt. And so his next move is to hire as a special prosecutor, because obviously for some reason nobody in his own office is qualified. So he hires a special prosecutor who happened to have been Whitey Bulger's defense attorney, a mob lawyer. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Right.
Look, you're looking good, Michael Morrissey. Looking good, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, please. I mean, but do you really think that was his choice?
Yeah, of course.
You do? You think it was his choice?
Of
or
course.
do you think he's
Of course.
You do?
I think what he's thinking is that he's gonna have he doesn't like that Lally has the personality of a turnip. So
yes.
So what he does is he thinks, I need somebody who's going to dazzle as good as Jackson. And there's two parts to this theory. He wants to be able to dazzle the jury and get the jury's attention the way Jackson did. So the way he sees it, I'll hire a sleazy defense attorney to get the jury's attention. I'll get a high profile defense attorney, hire him as a prosecutor to get the jury's attention. That's one. The second part of the theory is what he wants to do is he wants to sorry, I got distracted by something in chat.
Okay.
The second part of the theory is he wants to the defense has been showing the majority of the evidence. Lally in the last trial and during pre-trial prior to that played defense the entire time.
Yeah.
I always thought that was weird. Even before the trial started and I first started following the case, I was like, why is it that every motions hearing that I see,
it seems like there's a the defense presents new evidence, and then the prosecution is playing defense against that evidence. Shouldn't they have all the evidence? And shouldn't the defense be playing defense against the evidence that the prosecution has? Isn't that how the justice system works? Isn't that how it works when there's somebody accused of murder, especially of a Boston police officer or any police officer for that matter? So what I think he's doing now is he needs a defense attorney to play defense. Makes perfect sense. So
yeah, no, absolutely hear what you're saying there.
Right.
But
Thank you so much.
Think it comes back to the Irish mob.
I mean, I'm not going to speculate as to how deep the tentacles go. You know what I mean? I'm not going to speculate because I don't know.
Yeah.
The only thing that I know is anything that has involved this case and anything surrounding this case, Michael Morrissey is dirty and he's got his dirty hands in it.
Absolutely. Absolutely 100%.
Now, anybody above him, I have no idea. I have no clue.
Yeah, me neither. All right. Well, one more question.
Sure.
What's your take on the 34-page report of rubber duckies versus the 4-page report of poor John O'Keefe?
Well, I still haven't read the 34-page rubber ducky report, which is really funny. I still haven't read it. So I think I read some of it, but not all of it. But I mean, if it's 34 pages versus 4 pages, I mean, obviously they did the bare minimum with Karen Reed, and they thought everything about Karen Reed's investigation seems like they were expecting her to plead out. They didn't do anything that reflects police officers that are expecting the possibility of going to court at one point and having to defend their investigation. And everything just smells like they expected her to take a plea, and then when she fought back, they weren't ready for it. And now it's about to just implode. The whole system's about to implode.
Yes. I love that. And I can't wait. And I can't wait for you to report it to me and go through it with me.
Well, yeah, I won't be reporting it, but I'll be commenting on it once it's reported.
There you go. Yeah, it's a better wording. Well,
right.
So thank you.
Because I'm an independent commentator.
Yeah, I love it. I can't wait. And don't forget, Will, when you come back to Massachusetts, I want to have a drink.
Okay. Wait. What's happening right now? Could you say that one more time? I didn't hear your.
What?
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with? We love you, Gina. Will? Yeah, sorry. You gotta give me 1 second here. Gina, I love you. It was all in good fun. Thank you for calling. You were amazing. Hold on a second. She needs an applause. Who am I talking to?
This is Little Will. Is this Big Will?
Somebody been telling stories about me.
Yeah, depends who's telling it. I'd like to talk about how you're pushing the KP narrative as the CI and the informant, and we're forgetting Turtle Boy was doing the same thing with her. And we kind of want to get down to the brass tacks of everything that's happening in Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
And would you ask your friend Turtle Boy to come clean and say he was an informant too? Let the court know.
An informant to who?
KP was an informant for the Massachusetts State Police.
Okay.
And who was KP's partner back in the day?
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, that's something I don't know anything about. My knowledge of Turtle Boy goes as far back as when I started following this case.
Okay. Well, we all know different because we're from Massachusetts and you're not.
True.
He's been on the Massachusetts police payroll spinning and pinning low-level guys for a long time, just like KP, and now all of a sudden we got to take it to trial.
That's fascinating.
And they're both informants.
That's fascinating.
Turtle Boy.
So I would assume that if you have proof of this information, you would write a blog and put receipts on it and publish it, right?
No, what we'd have Turtle do is tell the whole truth and nothing but, and stop wasting taxpayer money.
So you need him to confess to this because you don't have proof, correct?
We have all the proof, Big Will.
Okay. Well, Little Will, publish it.
We want to stop wasting tens of millions of dollars in this insanity that's been rocking our state.
Turtle Boy sat in jail for 60 days for your right to publish that proof. So what are you waiting for?
It was all a big game. He cut a deal with the other side. He did his 60 days outside of Gen Pop, and he was promised a movie deal that didn't happen. Of course, that's just my opinion.
Okay, so it's just your opinion. It's not fact.
Just like yours.
Cool.
Just like his.
Yeah.
Because he gets all his news from.
Call from
Catherine.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, this is Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
Sorry, let me mute you in the background. I am bringing up something from last night. One of the biggest cops was on the Young Jerks. This is totally unrelated, but the second charge is manslaughter with OUI, and they can't prove that when she came back to John O'Keefe's house that she didn't have drinks. Based on the voicemail, she probably did have drinks. So how can they say anything about her blood alcohol level when they can't prove that she didn't drink after she supposedly hit him?
Yeah, no, good point. Great point. Yeah, I've heard that argument before. I've made it myself.
Yeah.
I mean, how do we know she didn't drink when she got home? You know? Like,
yeah, I mean, listen to the voicemails that she sent John. If that was me,
it's crazy that they could even charge. It's crazy that they could even charge her with a DUI. It's crazy that they could charge her with an OUI because she's. I mean, again, you don't know that whether or not she was over the alcohol legal limit when she drove home from the waterfall and drove to 34 Fairview and then drove home. You don't know if she was over or under the legal limit. Then she could have drank when she got home.
Exactly. And they're trying to say, well, we took her blood and we counted back, but that doesn't hold any
That's
water.
Not proof. And the fact that that's even flying,
the
fact that that's even flying with a judge is a red flag. I mean, in and of itself.
It's terrible. And also the fact that, okay, let's say 1 and 3 get thrown out as they should. 2 is the only one that remains. And 2 is manslaughter with OUI.
Right.
So this should be gone. That's reasonable doubt. That should have been gone.
It should have never went to trial in the first place.
It's just so crazy. And it's scary because this could happen to any of us.
Absolutely.
So that's all I wanted to say. I had that thought last night and I thought I'd chat, so.
I'm glad you called in, Catherine. Thank you for calling. I appreciate you.
Okay, we're in Seattle, free care and read.
All right. I love it.
For all you do.
Awesome.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Call from.
Hello. Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, that person hung up.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with? Wow. Weird calls tonight, guys. Weird calls. I'm going to take a few more calls. Remember, when I wrap this up, Melanie Little's going to be live going over the BEDEROW letters. You don't want to miss that. And of course, you have to type in Glare Raid when you go.
Call from.
No.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey.
Hey.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Who the heck is this little wheel guy?
I don't know. He was an idiot.
Oh my God.
I mean, this is,
and you know what?
these are all people who think they know what proof is, but don't know what proof is. And I mean,
Well, and I have a
he
feeling.
admitted
I have a
himself
feeling.
that it was just an opinion. So
No, I think he's just full of BS.
I should have been
I
a
have
fucking trial
feeling that-
lawyer. I should have been a trial lawyer. I would have got
Yeah, you
everybody.
should have. But
I would have got
a lot of
everybody
these
to fucking
people are-
confess on the stand.
a lot of these people are going to pop up now that stuff is coming out, sort of like clearing his name and saying that Mello and all of these idiots were doing all this stuff. You're going to see a lot of cockroaches trying to come up and paint the situation. So, I wanted to hear him. I wanted to hear what he had to say just because, I was curious about it.
Right.
I can't hear
I
you.
mean, I couldn't let the guy talk anymore because he was speaking nonsense and it was a waste of time. And I'm trying to get better at these phone calls. And and right. No, seriously, and it sucks for the people who are trying to call in for me to sit here and humor a jackass like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
be really
It's-
respectful to my viewers because they're fucking amazing,
Yeah, I just wish I knew who it was. And then I don't know if you know, but your show is going on. Young Yorks is going on. Mike Crawford is going on with Kenton. Did you know? At the same time, Sean is having a show with Justin Root. There's like 3 shows going on at the same time.
Wow.
4. So I had the
Well,
iPad,
make
the
sure
TV, the phone.
everybody head over there and give them a like. Do that. Please.
Well, I have him on the iPad.
Yeah, right on.
I have Mike on the iPad.
Make sure to
Yeah,
give
everybody's on a different device. But wait. So did you see if he was calling from actually Boston, or did you notice?
No, it was blocked. I knew it was a
freaking
troll. I knew it was a troll.
Yeah, well.
And they can be fun sometimes. So I give them a chance to be, and then
Yeah, son unos idiotas.
So
Pero nada.
yeah. As
Okay,
soon as I
just called
saw
to
it,
say hi.
yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, fulano de tal. That's it.
Jesus. Okay, well, have a good night. You're almost off.
You too.
Right?
Yeah, just a little while longer. I'll take a couple more calls, at least a couple more calls.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Thanks for
bye.
calling. Bye.
Be safe.
Call from
Amy.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, Will. It's Amy.
Hi, Amy.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. I was just curious. So Turtle Boy this morning said that Mark BEDEROW didn't really think that the ACLU was a big deal, and I was curious to what you thought.
I don't think that he said that it was a big deal. He was basically, I think he was trying to illustrate the point that it wasn't a lock. It didn't mean a win automatically.
Okay.
I think that's all he was
Gotcha.
trying to say. I'll go ahead and read it since you brought it up. Let me see if I can, and then we'll explore it because it's actually a great
Okay.
topic for a caller to call in and ask about. And let's see here.
I mean, because I thought it was kind
Yeah.
of like,
So he
for
said-
them to step in, it was kind of like important. I was like, well, damn, they don't step in for no reason. You know what I mean? So I was like, that's great. You know?
So yeah, for those of you who don't know, ACLU has publicly put forward their support for Karen Reed for those charges to be dropped. The counts 1 and 3. So BEDEROW tweeted, "Buzzkill warning. Amicus briefs are very common in appellate practice, including those from the ACLU. Better to have them for you than against you, but I would not assume a favorable ruling is more likely merely because one has been filed in support." So he's saying it just doesn't automatically mean that it's going to mean a favorable ruling. That's all.
But it's still positive.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. All right.
He's basically what I'm getting out of that is don't be heartbroken if it doesn't go your way, because this is a common thing and it happens all the time, but
Well, I like that.
but it is favorable,
Yeah. I mean, for them. Yeah. I mean, we need this for her. This is just getting out of hand.
I'm really glad that you called in and we got to address that, because I think a lot of people took it the wrong way when they commented on it. So
Well, the last time I called in, I am the Amy not related McCabe. So I just wanted to, last time I called in, I was like, we spent a little time talking about John, but I've been, like I said, following it from the get-go. And I think that, anything that proves that she is, any help she can get from, outside that has nothing to do with like whatever they're trying to write the narrative, like Commonwealth is trying to write the narrative of, that's ridiculous. I think any outside help is just a positive in any direction, so I think the ACLU is great.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fantastic.
I think it's all awesome.
Yeah.
And
Like this is, I mean, it's a big deal because like BEDEROW's thinking from a legal perspective. Okay.
Right.
I don't think that we realize that we're really looking at it from a public perspective. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
From a public perception perspective.
100%.
Because we know that looks good publicly for Karen Reed. The ACLU backing her up looks good publicly. In the court of public opinion, it's definitely some yardage on the field.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Definitely.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like the outside.
But it's still not a touchdown. You know what I mean?
Not yet. We're waiting. We gotta get
right.
We gotta get the Tom Brady in there so we can get that touchdown. We need it.
Right.
That poor girl has been through enough. She needs this to be over.
And
it's too much.
This is fantastic because like this is all people who believe in the right thing. And everybody has for the most part not compromised their integrity, because it's important to get more public support in favor of Karen Reed and to hear her story, and Turtle Boy now as well, of course. So it's really, really important. It's really, really important that the public support these things. So when you have like the ACLU, when you have the ACLU coming forward and saying that they're in support of Karen Reed, it's a good look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it brings more attention to Karen Reed, because the thing is the corruption in this case is so blatant that it needs to just snowball and get some speed and some traction as far as public attention goes. And the more public attention it gets, the more people are going to see the blatant corruption and go, this is not right. As an American, this makes me mad. And the problem is that there's not enough people taking an interest. But if you were to sit down with each individual person for 5 minutes and explain and show paperwork, they would go, dude, this is fucking crazy. This is fucked up. You know what I mean? But
100%.
So far, 2020 hasn't been forthcoming. Turtle Boy is optimistic that Dateline will be. I'm not so much, only because my professional nemesis, Sue O'Connell, not an independent commentator, was featured and interviewed on this thing. And so far, she hasn't said a fucking thing about this goddamn case. So,
well, I think that they try to toe the line, if that's the way you want to put it. Like they don't give
all do that. Yeah,
I'm guilty, or she's guilty, or she's not guilty. It's kind of just like a broad explanation, and it doesn't really send you in a direction that you should form an opinion afterwards. And I think it's bullshit, because I think that's what's lost in this world. Like, it's up to you guys as YouTubers right now to like be the Walter Cronkites, for lack of a better word, of the world, because you guys are the only ones left reporting actual facts.
That's what's
like
crazy. I've never been in that position before. I used to like all through every time I ever covered any true crime case, I had to verify information whether or not mainstream media confirmed it. Because I know that they're not going to. The way I looked at it was they're not going to they're not going to put their reputations on the line as reporters. So if they confirm it, then I feel comfortable talking about it. You know what I mean? Now I'll still go over legal documents and stuff like that, but I'm saying sometimes there's, I have to look at it and be like, okay, but this is the first case where I'm aware of all the facts of the case, and
And well, not all of the facts. I don't know what happened to John O'Keefe exactly, but I'm aware of so much more of the case than mainstream media has provided me information with. You know,
Right.
I just haven't been provided this information from mainstream media in any way, shape, or
It's
form,
like
nor
they're
have
all
they bothered
scared
to confirm it.
It's like they're all scared to touch it because this has been going on for so long that they thought, oh, this is just another one that we'll snowball everybody with, and no one will pay attention.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that complicated. Honestly, I don't think it's that.
Well, no, I
deep.
think the corruption is that simple. Is like it's been going on for so many generations.
No.
So
I'm
long.
saying the reason for mainstream media, it's not because they fear the corruption, and the corruption is dictating what they say and what they do. I think possibly, for sure, I would entertain that, but I think it's something as simple as running a business, right?
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like they don't want to ruffle feathers. But
Turtle Boy is the competition. Because what happens here is if Turtle Boy is reporting all of the facts, and he's the first one and actually the only one doing the legwork and the first one to report the information, and mainstream media wasn't the first, and the more of these things come out, they're going to have to credit Turtle Boy for that information. And
absolutely,
if they do that, what they're doing is promoting the competition, because what happens is then you get a bunch of people who look at Turtle Boy and go, I want to be like that guy. I'm going to go out and I'm going to be independent media. They don't want a bunch of Turtle Boys running around because it'll kill their, if Turtle Boy's more credible than mainstream media, then you're going to have a bunch of independent investigators, a bunch of little Turtle Boys running around doing the same thing Turtle Boy's doing, and it's going to put mainstream media out of business, and it's going to force mainstream media to actually report the truth to compete with independent journalism. That's what's going to have to happen.
They've forced the people like us who want actual facts and like real reporting to focus on a Turtle Boy or a Glare or a Melanie Little or a BEDEROW or a Young Jerks, because we feel like it's more honest reporting than just being fed a whole bunch of bullshit that we don't really know. Are you telling this is because your bosses don't, your bosses are at a political party with so-and-so that are connected to so-and-so? Like, you're not reporting what you should because you're afraid of what you're going to say. Whereas like Turtle Boy doesn't give a shit. And he's like, this is the fact. This is what you need to,
right. Because he doesn't have some fat womanizing Scotch drunk asshole telling him what he can report on and what he can't.
I couldn't agree more. And that's why I say you guys are more of the fact-based media now than like, money-driven media, which is, where, like I'm saying, I turn to Melanie Little a lot. Like she was saying about, you ask 5 attorneys and you'll get 5 different opinions. And like, that's why I wanted to ask about BEDEROW, because I was curious about your thought on like what his thought was, because you've actually met him and you've talked to him and you kind of know his like thought process in a sense. So I was just curious if it, was a positive. You thought the ACLU was a positive or not, but I do think, I want to give you and Turtle Boy and everyone else the credit.
And in BEDEROW's tweet, he even expresses that it's a positive. He's just saying, it's a little more complicated than it just being a positive. Right, exactly. It's not a home run.
Yeah.
It's
but it's like
it's not even a base hit. What it is a really good batter up to bat.
Perfect. We'll take it.
Right.
I'll take it all day.
That's all it is.
Boston. We like let's play. Well, listen, I won't keep you any longer. I really enjoy all your content and everything. Keep up the good work. You're awesome.
Oh, thank you. You're awesome.
You're welcome. And take care. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Wow. Great callers for the most part. Little Will was a douche.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
What's up, Will? Long time listener. How are you?
I'm great. Who am I talking to? What's your name?
My name's Kevin. Hey, I just want to bring up all the corrupt state troopers that we got. The only person that was truthful on that whole stand was Nick Barrows.
Yeah.
The Dayton cop. He's the only one that told the truth, stuck to his story, and you got all these other scammer heads telling all these lies. It's totally out of control.
Yeah.
He doesn't get enough credit.
I agree. I mean, with his testimony and the footage of Karen pulling out of John O'Keefe's residence,
it's clear that the taillight is cracked and not broken. So the I mean, I don't care about that photograph that has a blurred out license plate and all that the Commonwealth is trying to use, and all the trolls on Twitter are trying to say as evidence, you know, because
But it's
that's
bullshit.
not
It's a bunch of
yeah.
bullshit.
If I know that the Commonwealth is trying to frame Karen Reed, I'm not going to trust that shit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely not. And I'm willing to bet that I bet you the state police went to Barrows and tried to make him go to their side. I bet you just by reading that kid, he seems like a stand-up gentleman. Because the Commonwealth is that corrupt, dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People want you. They want you to believe. They want you to believe their narrative, and it's not the truth. It's the problem.
They figure if they say it enough times, it makes it real. That's what they think. Like if I say it over and over and over again, it manifests itself into reality, like The Fucking Secret. You know?
Right. It's like the secret squirrel is going to come out and tell the truth.
Well, no, you know that book, The Secret, the secret, where they try to tell you manifestation. So like supposedly if you put a board up with pictures of things that you visualize having in the future and you look at it every day, it's going to manifest itself into your life. No, you got to get out and work. You got to get out and
You got
work.
to work your ass off.
You got to get out and work. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I just wanted to give props to Nick Barrows. Like I said, the only one that said the whole truth on that whole stand.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Well, have a great night.
All right, man. Have a good one. Thanks for calling. All right, man. That was a cool caller, dude. Very cool. And I'm so glad Cherry's in the chat.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a 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 super chat. Super chat.
Okay. Yeah. She loves the super chat dance. Thank you, Lana XX. I played the whole thing just for you. I can still take a couple more calls. What's up, Scott McGinnis? DA Meatball Morris, he's bored as a bunch of pics showing the feds getting arrested instead of him and his cops. I love it.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Call from.
Amy.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, it's Amy.
Hi, Amy.
How you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Great. So I just want to know your thoughts on the whole Canton police audit and where it stands at this point.
The whole Canton police audit? I don't know.
Oh, no opinion.
Hold on, sorry. The Canton police audit. I honestly don't know where it's at this moment. I kind of fell off the grid there for a couple of days, and then I lost track of a lot of things. I know that the last time I know that they made some traction. Jen O'Donnell was in there and fought to get some extra time for the citizens to speak, which is a big win. And she was just a warrior about it, and it was awesome to watch.
Yeah.
So that's all I know as far as like where it's at, as far as what's happening with it. I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
All right. That's good. you know, there's a lot going on there, but you know,
Yeah.
it is what it
I mean,
is, right?
I know they need one. I know that.
Yeah,
I just
well,
I don't know where they're at
kinda.
with it yet. Yeah. I don't know where they're at
Exactly.
with it yet.
I know. All right, well,
All
I'll
right.
let you go.
Thanks for calling.
Later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Call from
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, it's Jason Smith here. Long-time listener, lifelong Massachusetts resident.
Right on.
We don't claim little Will, okay? Smart people know better, okay?
Smart people know better.
Yeah. And yeah, I've been with Melanie since the beginning through the whole Maya trial. That was crazy. That was in Florida, different deal. But one thing I think is important to remember, how did Whitey do in court? As I recall, he got 5 life sentences, got his eyeballs gouged out within 48 hours of going to prison. So when people hear Hank Brennan, they're like, oh, that's Whitey's lawyer. But Whitey didn't do so well.
Right. It's not like he went free. It's not the point. I mean, I don't think he's going to do well. The only reason that I make a stink about it is because it's Michael Morrissey's decision making that's my focus. It's not the guy itself. I'm not worried about him. Karen Reed is factually innocent. I am standing behind that. So the fact of the matter is that, you know, this guy can't win. He can't.
No,
They
I don't care
have
if they
evidence.
dig up I don't care if they dig up F. Lee Bailey and Johnny Cochran to run the trial.
And Robert Shapiro. Well, Robert Shapiro would just bleed out.
Bring Robert Kardashian back too, for that matter, right? It's not going to make a difference. The facts are still the facts, and what we're going to see is, like, they've already started the rollout, right, of the new evidence, right? We're going to keep seeing this. They're going to try to write all this shitty evidence, and we've already seen it last week with the and we got new information about the chip off. I mean, Trooper Reno already said in open court that the motherboard was damaged and yields no information, right?
Right.
So, you know, they can roll out all this crap and try to write all this shit, and we're going to see more of it. I mean, they're going to come out, well, you know, what they said in the first thing, well, you know, that's not really true. We actually found this out, and they can try to do that. It's just not going to change the facts.
It's a crock of shit. It's a crock of shit because, and it's really funny too, because I find it really interesting. Plevin keeps on with the Freudian slip, saying, why is Turtle Boy and his turtle writers so afraid of the new data? He keeps calling it new data. Well, it's not that we're terrified or afraid of the new data. It's the fact that you're calling it new data. We don't think that's exactly the problem. Is all of a sudden they can bring this burnt, dead motherboard back to life. So the data that would be on it would be the data that would be on it would just be the data from then.
Right.
So we don't. Yeah, that's our fear, is that there's new data. There shouldn't be new data. It should simply be the data that was. That's it.
I mean, and they can try to bring that shit into court the second time, and we're going to see more of it. They're going to try to write. I mean, they're going to need a lot of motions, right? Because everything was wrong in that trial the first time. So we're going to have to roll out a lot of shit of new evidence. I listened to that Plevin guy the other day for the first time, and he was getting on Melanie Little and her minions, and I got a little crazy. I had to stop commenting because I'm like, I'm bordering saying something really stupid here, and I'm like, this guy, he can't be for real. He's a cartoon character, right?
That's
But
what
no,
I'm
he's
saying.
real.
There's so many people like involved in this shit that are just like cartoon characters. It blows my mind. I think the most accurate description that I ever gave somebody was last night when I was live, or the night before when I was live with Melanie Little, describing Grant Smith Ellis. I said that he was what was it? He was a fictional character thought up by an SNL writer in the 90s on cocaine.
On cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah. I heard that. I
There's
agree.
no right. Like he looks like some shit that Rob Schneider would play, or
Right. Yeah.
you know,
I don't know. You know, like the Chris Kattan character of the little monkey dude
right.
eating the apple.
Something totally
You know what I
stupid
mean?
like that. Right. Like there's
How can you
no
have vitriol towards the spazzy kid at recess? He's just the spazzy kid. Like, just let him do his thing.
there is only one Grant Smith Ellis in any universe, in any existence, in all of the multiverses. There is only one Grant Smith Ellis, and I guarantee you there is no one like him. And yet when I look at him, I think, where have I seen him before? And it drives me crazy. And it's not any
Napoleon
celebrity.
Dynamite is the first thing I thought of.
It's not. No, it's like I know him, dude. It's fucking crazy. Like from a past life.
You know him because he's the spazzy kid at recess who's playing in the dirt and, you know, eating mud pies. I mean, we all know him. You know what I mean? He just I literally thought, like, I'm not really aware of that dude, but I saw a couple of clips of him. I'm like, oh, he's playing a fictional character. He's trying to be funny, but no, he's not. He's a real.
That's how he is. And
in the daughter of even a worse asshole.
And someone
the son of a, you know, whatever.
I gotta put you on hold for just a second because I gotta share another screen. I'll be right back because I promised the last person who super chatted me something here and I owe them.
Okay, I'm watching.
1 second.
My back was turned. Excuse me, my back was turned. My back was turned. Excuse me, my back was turned. My back was turned. Excuse me, my back was turned. My back was turned. Excuse me, my back was turned.
Can you?
He's insane. I mean, they're just funny. Like I can't be mad at him. He's just, God. I mean, how do you even describe that? But that Plevin. Did you name him Plevin? Is that his name? Because he messed your name up. You named him Plevin. Is that the deal?
Yeah. He calls me Bill, so I was like, you know,
so you
fuck you. I'm gonna call you
okay.
Plevin then, and then it just took.
I just learned
it's
that.
so
like,
funny. Like literally everyone calls him that now. It's a fucking phenomenon.
Yo, I'm calling him Plevin, and I don't, you know. I thought, I'm like, is his name Plevin? But no, I saw him.
He's not worthy of his own name.
He was talking about hilarious shit like brick and mortar data. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Like when you have a brick and mortar storefront, right? You have like real items in your store that you can sell. It's not virtual. Like brick and mortar data. I've never heard that before.
I haven't either. I don't even know what that is.
It's actually pretty funny. But yeah, he got on my nerves pretty quick when he started talking about Melanie, so I had to stop commenting because I was gonna get fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like because she's really bugged out over that shit, man. Like, you know, it's a really shitty thing to do to like spread rumors about somebody who has a professional reputation, you know. It's not cool.
Melanie's
not
the
cool
real deal. Like you can't. I mean, you can have your opinion, but you can't deny her legal experience and what she's done.
And it's
over
like
the
he
years.
just
You
pulls that
can't.
kind of shit right out of the air and just like blurts it out with ease in an abusive manner.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like it's
So
you're like,
Melanie
what
Little
the fuck?
in her minions, but you don't like in grifters, but like you're doing the exact same thing that you're accusing everybody else of doing, and somebody could call your people minions as well. I mean, so
Well, I mean, the
don't
thing
know.
is Plevin, man, like nobody gives a shit about Plevin. That's why it's like
Plevin.
I don't even like you can't get mad at Plevin, bro. You know what I mean? Like he's
the
so,
wicker
he's
bookcase
so
in
not a
back
threat.
of him and shit.
Yeah, you just
It's
fucking
hilarious.
Yeah, like Plevin's the kind of guy that like you respond to because you know he understands you, and there's that little grasp of hope that you're going to get through to him. But as soon as you do, you take a breath because you know you're going to hit a brick wall anyway. But you go, you know, and then you respond.
A brick wall or
know?
wood paneling or one or the other.
You're gonna right. And you're gonna try, you know, but it's like because I can't help it, you know. I'm just like, dude, nobody fucking takes you seriously, dude. Like you make absolutely no sense, you know, and you just try to twist things and you're not good at it, you know. He tries to twist things and he's just not good at it.
Yellow Cottage Tail. I kind of thought that was a joke too, and I'm like, no, he's real too. But you know, all this is insanity, and people in Massachusetts, like the state police used to be, you know, like a stand up, like don't fuck with the state police, man. They're straight up and down. Like growing up, my father was a cop for 40 years, a detective, and you know. The state police was like an institution growing up. They're like, yeah, stadies are legit. Now it's just embarrassing, man. It really is.
Yeah, I agree with you. And listen, man, I really loved your phone call. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate you, man. But I gotta wrap this up. So I gotta boot you out of here.
I hear you, Will.
And I gotta send everybody over to Melanie Little's channel. So
we got Melanie in a minute. All right, Will.
Right.
Good talking to you, bud.
Thank you, man. See you later.
Good night. Bye.
Good night. All right, folks. It is that time. Joseph Kane, thank you for gifting a membership. Appreciate you, buddy. You guys were absolutely awesome tonight. Thank you guys so much. Make sure head over to Attorney Melanie Little's channel. Say it's a Glera raid when you get there. Yeah. I'll be watching, and I don't know if she wants me to join. I'll join, but I don't know what her plan is tonight, so I'm not gonna. But I'll be watching, guys. You are absolutely fantastic. I want to thank you guys for hitting the like. Thank you guys for subscribing. If you're new subscribers, I really hope you're enjoying the channel and you continue to do so. All you diehards that are here, I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are absolutely fantastic. I love you guys very much. Thank you for your support. We will do this again very soon, my friends.